The holiday season. Have you heard that these joyous celebrations could actually be the most dangerous time of the year for your heart? Research published in the American Heart Association's journal Circulation reveals a shocking fact. Christmas Day sees more deaths from heart attacks in the United States than any other day of the year. December 26th comes second, and New Year's Day third. A Swedish study analyzing 16 years of heart attack data shows the same pattern. On Christmas Eve, heart attack risk increases by 37% and peaks at 10 p.m. Those over 75, diabetics, and people with a history of cardiovascular disease are most vulnerable. Let's uncover the truth behind this shocking phenomenon. The 35-year investigation. At the center of this story is the Hunt study from Norway. Researchers tracked nearly 80,000 people over 35 years, analyzing every death record by date. The results revealed a striking pattern. When you look at the data from all 365 days flowing like waves, one point suddenly rises up like a giant mountain. It's the 3 days around Christmas. The numbers make it clear. The average daily death count jumps from the annual average of 107 to 146. That's about 40 more lives lost each day compared to normal. Over the entire 35-year period, these 3 days saw 138 excess deaths, with 102 of them from cardiovascular disease. So what makes the holidays so dangerous? Holiday heart syndrome. During the holidays, our bodies get hit with multiple stresses we don't face in everyday life. There's the tension with family we haven't seen in a while, lack of sleep, and most of all, much more alcohol than usual, along with rich, fatty, salty foods. All of these break down our body's balance. Doctors call this holiday heart syndrome. It's when people whose hearts were perfectly fine normally suddenly experience atrial fibrillation after binge drinking during the holidays, where the heart beats irregularly. In 1978, Dr. Philip Edinger discovered that emergency rooms saw a spike in cardiac arrhythmia cases on Mondays and Tuesdays following Christmas and New Year's holidays. Between 35% and 62% of patients visiting emergency rooms with atrial fibrillation report alcohol as the cause. Symptoms appear within 12 to 36 hours after binge drinking. Consuming more than 2 drinks within 4 hours increases atrial fibrillation risk by more than 3.5 times. Even people who rarely drink can develop it from just one night of binge drinking. A large-scale Korean study found that atrial fibrillation patients who completely abstained from alcohol had a 63% lower recurrence rate compared to those who continued drinking. Why does this happen? Our heart pumps with a regular rhythm according to a precise electrical signaling system. But when a large amount of alcohol suddenly enters the body, the balance of electrolytes like potassium and magnesium gets disrupted. Just like when old wiring causes a short circuit, the heart's electrical system malfunctions. The heart can't contract properly and just trembles. For those with even minor existing heart problems, this can be fatal. The hidden danger in the medical system. But holiday danger doesn't end there. There's another risk hidden in a place we never expected, the medical system itself. You were hospitalized, but fortunately discharged before the holidays so you can spend them with your family. A moment of relief. But when Canadian researchers analyzed hundreds of thousands of discharge records from Ontario, the results were shocking. Patients aged 65 and older discharged during the holiday period had 9% higher risk of returning to the emergency room, 6% higher readmission risk, and 6% higher mortality risk within 30 days. The core cause is the medical care gap. Among patients discharged during the holiday period, only 59.5% saw a doctor again within 2 weeks. That's nearly 10% lower compared to the usual 68.7%. Because hospitals and clinics close during the holidays. The mere fact of being discharged during the holiday period leads to 26 additional deaths per 100,000 patients. Stroke patients face the same risk. A Taiwanese study analyzing 66,727 stroke patients found that those admitted during holiday seasons had 33% higher 7-day mortality and 21% higher 30-day mortality compared to weekday admissions. The 7-day mortality rate for holiday season admissions was 6.8%, while weekdays were 4.6%. Eliminating the holiday effect could prevent 1 death within 7 days for every 45 stroke patients. Swiss data is even more specific. Patients admitted during off-hours experienced 6-minute delays before starting intravenous thrombolysis and 11-minute delays before endovascular procedures. In stroke treatment, every second counts. Your survival strategy. So how can we protect ourselves and our families? 3 clear strategies. First, plan your food and alcohol intake. Second, stick to your medication plan. Third, take control of your own health when being discharged. The third is especially crucial. If you or a family member is being discharged before the holidays, don't just walk out. Ask your doctor or nurse these questions. Where should I go, or who should I call if an emergency happens during the holidays? Has my next outpatient appointment been set? What symptoms mean I should come straight to the emergency room? These simple questions can truly save lives. And one more thing. In the United States, someone has a heart attack every 40 seconds. Every year, 805,000 people have heart attacks, and 605,000 of those are their first. Starting CPR within 6 minutes of cardiac arrest can significantly reduce the risk of serious complications. Someone could go into cardiac arrest during holiday shopping, a party, or a family gathering. Starting CPR immediately and calling 911 could be the difference between life and death. The American Heart Association website provides free hands-only CPR tutorials. Anyone can learn. A Norwegian study tracking 80,000 people over 35 years, a Canadian study analyzing hundreds of thousands of patients, and decades of data from the American Heart Association. They all tell the same story. Christmas and New Year's are the most dangerous time of year for your heart. I sincerely hope the information we've examined today becomes a strong shield protecting the health of you and your loved ones this holiday season.